Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Ask Us Anything, Sunday night, the 23rd of March, day 7.
22nd.
22nd, that's right. Tomorrow started. The 22nd of March, what is it, day 7 of our lockdown, or whatever we call it. I don't know what we call this, of the plan to flatten the curve. We are Mike and Jen. Hey, we're wearing our new Find Your Balance t-shirts. And many of you know we were supposed to have spoken at, do a keynote speech at the RV Entrepreneurs Summit in Lake Gunterston, Alabama. But like everything else, it was canceled, and the organizers moved everything online. And so we were able to actually do that today, right here, just like we're doing this. And it was...
How many people showed up? There were 350
I think they had
supposed to come.
About 20 maybe had showed up, and then most were watching it elsewhere. But it was interesting. I never did an online keynote like that before. Lots of you on, and let's go first and say hello to the first people who are on tonight. And it looks like Davis, Tandy, and Buster made it from frigid Rochester, New York, 19 chilly degrees this morning. Looking forward to a break from quarantine and winter. Well, welcome. Thank you for being first. That's great. Over 100 of you were waiting for us at the time as we went live. And we are coming to you again from the beach. We are live in Okaloosa Island, Florida. And I wanted to show you, if I can figure out how to do this real easy, what it was like here. And I put together a little video for you, and I don't know where the heck it is now, but I had it. Oh, right here. Okay, here we go. Let's see if this will. No, that won't work. Where the heck is it? Right here. Here we go. Let's bring this on screen.
Oh, dear.
Oh, well. I muted the sound. But what I was trying to show you is the beach that was closed. And, well, I may see if I can pull this up. I thought it was pretty interesting. But as soon as I play the video, it mutes my sound. And I don't want it to do that. There is a way to fix that. Oh, I know how to do it. Okay, let me do this again. And we'll show it to you. Here we go. There, now you can see us. That's right out in front of us. You can see the beach is closed. And then I wanted to show you what the beach looks like right now. As you go on out there, it is crazy. The beach closed, and that's not the one. And there's a quick look at the beach, but
We're going to lose everybody.
I'm going to lose everybody. Yeah, why? This worked so good on the other one, but this just doesn't seem to be moving. I must have worn it all out. Oh well.
Enough of that.
It was a great idea, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. There were other pictures. I'm going to show you a picture of the empty beach, and then they sent a boat by yesterday with this big sign.
The boat's right there.
Yeah, I know the boat's right there, but that's a movie. I can show it to them, but here we go. Let's try it. There's the boat.
Check this out.
Look at that. You see that? They have a boat going by out in front, telling everybody that that the beaches are closed. That's how they're advertising it down here in Florida with everything. All right, that kind of works.
And then it has a couple of safety features too, like wash your hands, distance, and all that stuff.
Yep. So it was crazy.
Trying to educate those that don't pay any attention.
Yep. And I don't know where you all are, but road trip buddy, we would like to see a cooking special from you too. Just saying.
A cooking
Not
special.
from me. Not from me. You know.
Good at
Hello?
eating.
Can you deliver pizza? Okay, can I pick it up curbside? That's about as far as I go. Now, you have done really well. You have, we've been kind of locked in here.
We only went out one night to eat. And
that was before the lockdown.
That was a week ago, before the lockdown.
And the rest of the time we have been preparing. And today...
It's me.
Well,
Me.
right, yeah, it's all you. I'm sorry.
I know, that's
I don't mean to claim credit. I never do. I'm not a cook. But I sure can eat it. It was all good, and that's great. Yeah, So anyway, we're having a great time down here. Going a little stir crazy, you know what I mean? Our big outing is taking Bo to the dog park,
And we're very fortunate that we can take him to the dog park.
and there's a beach at the dog park that is open, so Bo gets to go to the beach.
Yeah, Bo gets an hour.
And we get to accompany
every
him.
day.
Yep, and that's about as far as it goes.
He got in a little rumble yesterday.
Yeah,
that's our
dogs
excitement.
are a little testy too.
Yeah.
It was over something disgusting like a dead fish on the beach. Another dog decided he didn't want Bo over there sniffing it. And they had a little schoolyard squabble about it. So it was
our
pretty
excitement.
crazy. Lots of you are all over the place. Let's say hi to our new friend, Greg Merwin from Naples, Florida. Hey, Greg, can you believe? I think it was 2 weeks ago. Right now, we were at a meetup with all you guys in Naples, Florida. Little do we know that we would all be locked in like this. And Greg says, hunker down. Love the virtual campfire Friday night. Everybody stay positive and follow direction. Peace to all from Leslie and Greg. If you don't know this, we've been going on Friday night. We went on live about 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock with kind of like a virtual campground. And the best way for you guys to know when we do that, we do a virtual campfire, not a campground. And we just kind of get together and talk about what it's like, where we are. And I'm going to put a couple of things up for you, and you can find out how to do it. The best way is to subscribe to the channel. And if you subscribe to the channel, there's a little bell icon. And when you click on that, it will notify you when we have new videos that go online. So let me put a little scroller, and I'm just going to let that roll across the bottom. It tells you all about that, how you can do it. Also tells you about how you can follow us on Instagram. We have been doing a lot of updates on Instagram. And then also, if you have some questions, if you're looking someplace, our Facebook group has been really helpful for a lot of people. And we'll just leave that thing scrolling there, and you can kind of pick it all up as we go along.
You know, we look like we've just been to camp.
Well, it's what it was supposed to have been. It was supposed to have been.
Wearing our little T-shirts from camp.
Yeah. So Greg was in Naples, Florida, hunkered down, and here is Robin Reese in Northwest Montana, hunkered down there, wishing he could get to the Rochester, New York area and help his daughter with the grandkids.
Aw.
Thankful for technology. You know, it's the same with us. We just came to this live shot. We had a call from our son Jeff and
his wife
Amy, and our two grandkids, their two kids, and they've been calling us every night, checking up on us, and we've been doing a FaceTime, and it's really, really nice. And our other kids have checked in too, but Jeff has been really good, and I've been having fun just talking to them.
Yeah.
Technology is great. Man, if this internet went down, what would we all do?
Oh boy, that would get ugly.
Yeah. A couple of things to talk about tonight. I wanted to give you, I'm going to have to type it out as I talk. Let's see how good I do at this. I wanted to give you a quick look about what is closed and what is open. And there is not my list. It's such a long list, but of interest to RVers. And it is really from a website called Campendium. And I'm just typing in this link right here. And there's the link right there. I made we call it a pretty link because the actual address for their list of closures is like 4,000 words long. But if you go to rvlifestyle.com/campendium, it will transfer you right to their site. They have a really good resource for you on what's open, what's closed, what parks, what state parks. Since we last talked, more parks have shut down. Some private parks in states that have declared total shutdowns. Some states that have declared that have considered RV parks a necessary business that are allowed to stay open, but not all. So if you go to that site, they update that daily, and you can see what's up. We've seen a lot of national parks closing down. A lot of national park campgrounds have closed down. The parks themselves have been open. They've waived admission fees. That may change. There were some stories out today that showed a whole bunch of people at a couple of the national parks, and they were all closer together than they should be, and people are getting a bit resentful of that. But if you really want to stay up to date on all of the closures,
resentful that so many people came to go to the free park.
Yeah. Yeah, duh. What did they think? We want to get out of the house, and fresh air is good.
Like, woo.
Yeah, fresh air is good. But they're working all this stuff out. Nobody's ever had anything like this to go on. There's no manual for this, and we have to give a little grace to our national leaders as they try and figure this out. But more campgrounds have closed down. Pennsylvania, I see, has they still have their rest area facilities closed, but the areas themselves are open. And I saw some pictures. They put a bunch of porta-johns out there for travelers, which is good. But go to that website right there, and you can see what's open and what's closed.
So somebody put up porta-johns.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Well, everybody's going to, I guess you wear the gloves.
Yeah.
Don't touch.
Yeah.
I was figuring everybody's going to be like that last traffic jam that we were in, where would we see at least 5 older gentlemen that abandoned their cars and ran off to the woods?
Yeah.
I thought everybody was going to have to run off to the woods.
Yeah. Well, we were stuck in it coming up here 2 weeks ago. There was a traffic jam, and it had gone on for a couple hours, and all these cars were pulling over, and all these old dudes were out there in the woods taking care of it. But
and you say,
it was
thank
an ugly
you
sight. Yeah, thank you
for an RV.
Yep, it was crazy. If you have a question, type question at the beginning of your whatever you're typing over there in the comments area, and it helps us to identify it. And do the same with comment. Lots of you saying hi, and we say hi right back. Stephen says, "What's the year, make, and model of your RV?" Stephen, we have a 2019 leisure travel van Unity FX, and that's the model that we have. And we just were out there always checking to see how the batteries were doing, and they're doing great, by the way. They're lithium solar in the Florida sun. The solar tops it off every day, and it's great. We just went out, and didn't we both feel we just really wanted to go somewhere? We were supposed to be traveling this week, and we had all these plans. I told everybody on our virtual campfire, and I think I got this from you. Don't think cancel your plans. Just think postpone. It's all psychological. It's all
how you look at it.
It's all how you look at it.
Then you are so grateful that you don't have this bug.
You don't have the bug. Be happy about that if you don't.
Yeah.
And stay social distancing. On our live shot this morning, or our keynote that we did at the RV Entrepreneurs Group, we recommended to people who are out there RVing now to be careful about what you post on social media. We all tend to picture, there's still a bunch of them out there, and pictures of all of us around a campfire. It just, a bunch of people having fun. It just, how do we say it?
It rubs those the wrong way that are sitting inside their house.
Yeah.
Not going anywhere because they have asthma or some sort of breathing problem, or, they're sitting in the house trying to be good, and, we're trying to put a lid on this.
I've heard over the last week, 10 days, from a number of RVers out there that they're starting to encounter resentment from people, particularly in smaller towns, that as they stop and use facilities or camp, that these are, quote, outsiders coming in, and they're taking the groceries and buying up groceries that the community needs, or that if they get sick, the hospital doesn't have enough room. I know these are there's an argument against that. RVers are really responsible, but I'm just talking what I'm encountering, what I'm hearing. And there were some stories today. I read a national story in one of the national sites that I follow, that we're talking about in tourist areas, and we RVers are tourists. We're not residents of these communities. That many and more communities are saying, "Don't come now. Please stay away." So my advice remains what it has been now for about a week: that if you are on the road in an RV, hunker down now. Find a place and stay there. Stay put. Hunker down for a couple of weeks. It may even be longer. But get off the road. Don't be going from town to town to town. Unless, we may go back to Michigan, and we'll try and drive as fast as we can. It's 1,000 miles, so we're going to have to spend the night somewhere. But try and stay in one place. And stay home. Stay where you have family and friends. If you get sick, neighbors that that can bring food to your door.
Otherwise, We're going to have to have pizza every night.
Yeah. Well, you got to go get it. Most of it is
Most will deliver. I'm just joking.
some will deliver, but now many of them are saying you got to come curbside and pick it
okay.
up. All right, it's all grim stuff that we're talking about, but we're getting through this, right? And let's go through. Deb says, "Nice T-shirts. What are they?" We kind of explained at the beginning. Let me see if I can get a better view of them. This was the RVE Summit, which is a group of about, I think it was 350 people who are all RVers, who are mostly full-timers. All of them work and travel. They work full-time, they earn their income or support themselves on the road. And some are content creators like we are. Others are do all sorts of other things on the road. And so this is an annual event, and we were asked to be a keynote speaker. We were expecting to be up there in Lake Gunnersville, Alabama, but it was canceled, as so many events were. And the organizers, Heath and Alyssa, the RV entrepreneurs, they wisely moved it all online and turned the whole conference online. And but these are the shirts that everybody got, and it was fun to do. So I'll just refer everybody back to that answer in the replay because they'll be all asking later on. All right, here's one that hits home. Jennifer, how are you doing exercising with gyms being closed? At least ours here in Ohio are.
I'm getting crabby. That would be the only reason the top reason we would go back to Michigan. Isn't that terrible?
How many days have you missed? 2.
Friday, Saturday, today's 3.
Okay.
I went down to the pool to work out a little bit. It was a little chilly. And then a sweet little girl came with a cough. I'm out of here. I'm having problems with allergies. There's a lot of pollen, and I'm having a little bit of problem with that. So, I decided I don't need to be exposed to a little bug.
But the operative word is...
crabby.
Yeah. So if we were to go back... that's why we would go back.
So that I could exercise.
So we have a lot of exercise equipment at our home in Michigan. And I have the Peloton, and those are great online classes. You could do some of them with the computer, but it's not the same thing. And we don't have...
And we'd be closer to our kids, but actually our daughter is an hour away and our youngest boy is 3 hours away. So it's not like they're real close. Yeah. And we would have a yard for Bo, because Bo likes to bark at every sound he hears. And when you're in a condo and you're trying to get him quiet.
Hey, look who's on. Kelly Jeffrey. She's on Dylan's account, but hi, they're family. We just visited with them 2 weeks ago down near Marco Island in Florida. Naples, Marco Island. And what a difference a couple of weeks makes, huh, Kelly? Thank you for being here. Glad to see you on there. Vancouver, BC, we're all keeping home. Local RV dealer is advertising buy an RV and get free TP. You got to appreciate marketing. Bit of humor out there.
There shouldn't be a shortage of TP.
Nobody can figure it out. Can I tell them?
Well, you told them last week.
No, I didn't tell them here last week because we hadn't done the inventory. But, we're in our condo and we rent our condo out.
You told somebody.
I told somebody, I think it was on one of our other live things, but if I did tell you this.
We have toilet paper.
Yeah, we have a lot of toilet paper.
Well, we have toilet paper because we have a condo that we rent out.
And we
have paper towels and toilet paper.
Right. And so we were going to take some home with us to Michigan.
Because I don't have any at Michigan.
We're going to put some in our RV, and we realized if we're going to take them out, we better cover it up as we carry it out there because we found some in a store here, but. And you got your hair cut. You got your hair. What do you call it? You had your hair done. What's the female equivalent of a haircut? What is it? You went to the salon. I don't know what they call it.
Well,
because you do more than get a haircut.
I did go. Yeah, I did go. It was a mother and daughter shop, and nobody was there.
But it was like the next day they told them they all had to close, and I'm like 5 weeks of the haircut. I like to keep it short.
It's gonna.
I'd have you do it, but you're a little cranky, and I don't know what would happen to me if I put scissors in your hand. I'm glad you didn't hear that.
I heard it.
Do you still have the rad bikes, and if so, do you still like them? We love them. I wish we had them when we were in Key West a couple of weeks ago. That would have been great. Oh, speaking of Key West, the whole Florida Keys are closed. It's all blocked up north of Key Largo. No access to anybody but permanent residents.
And that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know what they
They
have
have
for
limited
hospitals down
facilities,
there.
yeah.
They can't be taking care of everybody.
But that's happening in so many places around the country, and that's why our advice is to hunker down. But we love our Rad Power bikes. They're great bikes, and they're a lot of fun, and it gets you out. Are people complying with the beach closings down there?
Yeah.
Are people still going out of Florida? Most people left yesterday. I saw a few leaving today. There is a big condo development right outside the windows there, and I can see about 7 cars, and they probably have room for 100. So that one is empty. Ours, the one we are in, probably
There's probably 20
people, and it has 70
units used.
So, and this is spring break. It's usually prime time, but we're not seeing anybody on the beach. I've seen sheriff's deputies and beach patrol going up and down, but the beautiful beaches here are empty.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
It's so quiet. And then I've realized something about myself. I really appreciate quiet.
Yeah. So the people seem to be complying to it well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking around and I can see people walking, and we'll take Bo for a walk in a little while around some of the neighborhood streets.
And
out
everybody
here.
we meet when we go for our walk, we all talk.
They're all
A
glad
proper
to see
distance.
somebody,
We're
yeah.
also glad to see a person and talk to them. It's
Yep.
pretty cute.
And so it's good. There are still some vacationers here, people who
Yeah.
did not give up their vacations. We met a family from Indiana, and they said, hey, we booked it. We can't, get our money back, which is a shame. Most people
Yeah.
should give their money
We
back.
are giving people their money back.
And yeah, we've had 2 of our renters, and they're not until May, late May. And
One
they
was June,
canceled.
one was
One was
May.
June, one was May, and they canceled, and we gave them a refund. But very few people here, and it's clear something's going on because it's not active. But it's also very nice and peaceful. Tom Hoffman has a question. How many data plans do you have, and what do you recommend for a frugal traveler that wants to stay connected? It's a great question, Tom. We have now. Remember, I'm not necessarily frugal, and we have kind of special needs because this is our business.
Special needs.
This is our
Special
business, and so I can't work if I don't have data, as many people can't. But I have, for starters, they came standard on our RV, our leisure travel vans. I have the Winegard Connect 2 system, which runs on the Verizon network. And that's like the Verizon MiFi. It it's up mounted on the roof, so it gets a good coverage. It's got a special kind of antenna. It's also a Wi-Fi amplifier. That is the primary one I use. I have as backup the Togo system. It looks exactly the same, except the Winegard 2 is black. The Togo is a white round dome, and that is on the AT&T system. And I got that last June. They had an introductory price they had a special price of, I think it was $328 or something for a whole year of unlimited access. It was a great deal. And like thousands and thousands of other RVers, I got that. And then 6 months into it, AT&T announced that they would not renew that plan, and that if we wanted to still use it when our contracts expired, it would be exorbitantly high. I've talked before what a cheap, sleazy thing that was that AT&T did, but nevertheless, until June, I have that system. Now, why do I have 2? Well, perfect example, when we were at in the Flamingo campground of the Everglades just 2 weeks ago, there was no Verizon coverage there at all, but there was AT&T, and so I never lost connectivity. I also have a cell phone booster, which I seldom need, and call me redundant, but I have a Verizon MiFi card as well, and that is primarily what I use, and that would be what I would recommend for you. Get a Verizon MiFi card, and that should do almost all of your connectivity needs. Satellite is not really ready for prime time unless you've got a lot of storage room for disks and want to go through a painful procedure to set it all up. So, long story short, I got a lot. You can get by with just a Verizon MiFi card. And we have videos up and down here on the channel about all of that. So lots of you saying hi. What else
Should ask
do we
everybody what they're doing.
Yeah, what is
How
it?
they keep them busy.
Yeah.
They
tell us.
recommend any movies, any games.
We started watching. We're not big TV movies, but everybody's told us that we should watch Downton. I called it Downtown Abbey. It's Downton Abbey, and I never thought I wanted to see that, but we looked for something last night, and we actually are. We're
And
gonna,
our friends Kathy and Les Chanteau
oh yeah,
suggested
Chantos
it.
suggested it. So we watched the first episode last night of season 1. There's 6 seasons, so you have 48 episodes at least to go, and then they have a movie. So, but we enjoyed that. So you tell us what you're watching. What do you recommend? Any good
Anything that you
movies?
can. Well, there's always good books, good
Netflix,
movies.
yeah,
Our Mexican Domino's, somebody took it home with them.
yeah. Let's go on through. Phyllis, did you see the dog park in Jupiter, Florida, when you were headed over there? We did. Yes, we did. That's the one right after we did the day we did the Space Coast. Remember, we took over to that park
Oh yeah.
right off of A1A there. We did. We went to that dog park and had a great time. And we were wandering around there.
We spend a lot of time wandering.
Somebody saw Bo
aimlessly.
trying to nose his way in.
Yeah,
So,
he's, now he's fallen asleep.
Is he down next to
Yeah,
us?
he's right
He's
by us.
Here, I don't know if this will work. Where's Bo?
Whoa,
Oh, I don't want this to fall. He's right.
you're
You can't see
kind
him.
of in the way.
Yeah, I'm always in the
Lying
way.
right behind us.
He is. He is.
I think it's crooked. Should I move this wire?
No, don't move it. It'll pull us our mics out. Okay. That was a dumb thing to do, right? How far are you from Henderson State Beach? 5,
Not
6
far.
miles. It's closed. It's closed. So don't bother. Have you ever driven down the Pacific Highway in California? We have. Not in our RV. No, I guess we did a little bit in our RV, but we have, and we hope to do so this fall. That's in our plans for this fall to come all the way down from the Oregon border. How are you coping with this silly virus stuff? Well, it's not silly, but I guess we're doing okay.
Yeah,
I have all this work I could do, and I'm kind of not doing it. I'm just kind of chilling out.
I gotta say, because I'm married to a journalist who every 5 seconds there's this sound that goes off because breaking news and news alert. Yeah, that I was going slightly crazy, but I think I've settled into it now.
Yeah.
Because you do have, at least I have a sense of, you have the sense of adventure. I have a sense of I don't have control, and but I'm doing better. I'm doing well.
And it is tough because as a journalist, it's just a tremendous story, and how people are coping with it. And I'm looking now outside the window, and there's 2 people playing tennis, and there's a couple people walking around up and down parking lots in the street, and
Actually, it's good for it. I mean, it's
we're forced to
there
slow
are
down.
some good things.
And I it's pretty interesting.
I laughed because our son Jeff and his wife Amy posted a little video yesterday of the kids in their Halloween costumes.
They were having a ball.
And Jovi was a mermaid, kind of wallowing around on the floor. I don't know
Yeah.
what she was doing. And Jax was, Spider-Man. It was pretty funny.
It is. Debbie Jones says, I'm a hospital worker. I lived through SARS. Take good care of yourselves. They're in Ontario. Thank you, Debbie, for all that you do. You guys, you healthcare workers, you're literally on the front line. You take care of yourselves, and thank you for taking care of us. Ron is, we were in Florida, decided to leave the campgrounds and go back to New York.
Whoa.
Heard a lot. Heard from our friend Doug McClendon out in Texas today, and he said he was driving back to his home in his RV from, he had been up in the San Antonio area, and he was heading down the Rio Valley, and he said he saw just wave after wave of RVs northbound. So many, many people.
Well, it's that time of year anyway, but
Yeah.
more so with the virus because if bad things happen, you usually want to be home.
Phyllis is hunkered down with the grandkids. Kind of need a break. We
Yeah.
know what you mean, Phyllis. Well, I'm glad that you're with us. Phyllis is our social media director and just keeps things civil and ordered here. And that's pretty good. Watching it all. And there's that link to Campendium. I hope I spelled it right, but there it is if you want to get an up-to-date list on all of the closings. Linda Ward says, I see Traveling Robert. Robert's a friend, just got his 100,000 subscriber plaque. So you should be getting yours. Ours is, I'm sure, home in all of our mail. We had arranged to have our mail shipped. We were going to be going to various places around the country. We were going to have it shipped there. We didn't, and it's just accumulating in Michigan. So I either have to deal that now, or if we go home, we'll have to pick it up there. Are you keeping your plans loose or shooting for some date in the future? They're
They got to
loose.
be loose.
They aren't canceled. They're just postponed. And we still plan to go to Arizona. That will be one of another one of our 7-day adventure guide books coming out this year. We plan to go to New Mexico. We plan to go to Texas. We had expected to leave for all of that about the second week of April. Being realistic, we know it's not going to be back to normal then. So we're going to postpone it. We may end up leaving from Michigan instead of down here on the Emerald Coast. So we're just taking it day by day,
And-
like all the rest of you, right? And that's what we have to
And
do.
Bo is not going to like that heat.
Yeah. Mass Kimball, it says came back from California. He's hunkering down in an RV park. Thank goodness they had an opening. Goodbye. Stay put. Enjoy it. Slow down. And if you're in Florida, that's a good place to be. What's
Get
the
your
temperature
vitamin
out there?
D.
What's the temperature out there?
Vitamin D is good for you. Oh, it's doing something weird.
76 degrees. Right now, it's in Michigan. It's 35 degrees and snowing. So,
Don't tell Bo. Don't let Bo
Yeah.
hear that.
Yep, that's pretty crazy. Let's take a quick look here. Greg has a question. Just read an article today that motorhome average sales price down 15% from the prior month. I wonder if you mean the price or the sales volume. Could
Probably
be,
sales volumes.
Yeah, I don't know. It'd be the price.
I can't.
I don't think
I
anybody
don't
keeps
think he's
track
going to be
of the
buying
price.
a
Any thoughts or
motorhome right
concerns?
now.
Buyer's market in our future.
Weren't they were so far behind?
Yeah, first of all, they all have so many. Most of the smaller RVs, they're so far behind in getting their RVs built that they can do great. Now, if they slow down, Pleasureway, for example, has suspended production. Most of the other RV manufacturers are still building and still open for their employees to build. However, that could change with any more restrictions. I don't see it being a buyer's market for a long time because the demand is so strong. Certainly, over the last month, everything has slowed, and that's I think what
I
you're
wonder if
seeing.
people will cancel orders if they lose their jobs.
That might happen, and then you could see maybe some more aggressive. But the demand is so high that I don't see that happening for a while. Be politically correct about what?
Well, we're kind of not
Michelle,
PC.
I've never been politically correct, and I hope
Even though
I
he
hope
was
I
called,
never.
even though he was called PC Mike.
Yeah, that's impersonal. I hope nobody ever calls me politically correct.
I saw Janet Matthews' name up there.
And she said it was snowing. I saw it
Okay,
too. I meant
okay.
to come back. Hi, Janet, if you're still there. Are people complying with the beach closing? I just answered that a
Yep,
little
they
bit.
are.
If you only had 7 days, what area would you suggest to visit in the Midwest? Wow, that's a great question. Well, I would suggest you visit the Upper Peninsula. And can I do a shameless plug? I can make it really easy for you. If you go to rvlifestyle.com/books, you can see all the 7-day adventure guides that we have. And the first one we did is our 7-day adventure guide to the Upper Peninsula, which is one of our most favorite places. So you can see all of them there. We have them 7 different guides up there, and we've got more coming. And go and check that out. But that's what I would say, the Upper Peninsula for 7 days. You're still going bike rides. You should do a video tour of what life looks like while riding your bike.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, I used to do that
riding a bike.
until I had a friend who fell off his bike doing just that, and he ended up breaking his collarbone. And I used to do a lot of that, and it's fun. Maybe I will again. Any ideas on prepping or stockpiling supplies with limited storage? That's a great question. Instead of boxes, take it out and put them in those, what do you call those,
Plastic
little
bags
Ziploc bags?
Yeah.
So like
Pancake
pancake flour and stuff like
Get a big thing
that.
of spinach or lettuce, put it in bags,
Yep.
little Ziploc bags that you can fit more in.
And then you can stuff it in your
Got to
fridge.
remember, write the date on it when it expires.
Yeah, just get a Sharpie and put that on what it is, when you got it, when you put it in. Do that with coffee. Do that with anything that comes in a box. And I think that you'll find yourself freeing up a lot more room right there. We
Especially
ask,
our refrigerators. There's not a lot of room.
you kind of ask everybody, Stinky's RV Adventures. Don't know if I want to be next to you, Stinky, but it sounds fun. He says he'd stay in Florida if he was us because it's so nice. Dallas County says Cindy just issued a shelter-in-place order. You're going to see those all across the country in the next week. You just know you will.
Yeah, I think that's the thing that bothers me. If they're going to make us stay in a spot and I don't have the freedom or the option to go to Michigan, then I'll go, ooh.
Yeah, it makes sense to stay for a while.
It makes sense to stay here, but I want the freedom to be able to go north.
Chris reminds us to tell you to give the video a thumbs up, if you will. Everybody's that little thumb, hit it. And if you have some friends, send them a link. Tell them to join us live. We'd love to see you. Why doesn't this stream show up in YouTube? I was able to access it from your notification email. Well, that's what I'm talking about down at the scroller down there. If you'll see, the best way for you to know when we have a live stream is by subscribing and clicking that little icon. Chris would know why. I don't know what you mean it's not showing up in YouTube, but usually we have by morning about 4,000 people who watch our live streams. So somebody's finding them, and I think that's a good. Jennifer, why don't you go on walks?
I want to, I find it humid here. It's quite hot and humid. I've always liked the gym better. Plus, I got a bad knee, and I like the treadmill, even though treadmills aren't the best thing, but it's a very safe place for me.
Yeah. Now, you'll go for a small walk.
Oh, yeah, we go for walks all over the place. But
walks.
For 21 years, I was a runner, and I gave that up. I jokingly said to my daughter, I guess I better take up running again.
Chris Hall says, how are you? Are you sheltering in place?
Yes.
There is no official shelter-in-place order. However, Florida officials, as our national officials, have urged everybody just to stay put and hunker down. So, yeah, I think we are sheltering in place. We're pretty much in our condo, on our balconies. We take the boat at the dog park. We're still allowed to do that. Mm-hmm. And we take them for a little walk after dark most nights. But that's about it.
And grocery stores and drugstores. And they ask the older people to go early.
Yeah, some of the stores like Whole Foods and I think Publix down here, it's seniors only, over 60 at an hour before they open. We haven't gotten up that early because, frankly, we haven't had too much problem. Was on a 20-mile bike ride, old railroad. Thanks for the heads up about not posting pictures. Yeah, I don't think it's wrong. Like, I post pictures on Instagram all the time, but try and not show pictures of a bunch of people together. What I see so much on Instagram and on Facebook are a bunch of RVers and they're all together, or they're drinking a beer, or they're laughing, or they're just all hanging in a group. And while those are great pictures and they make us all want to be there, they just set some people off wrong. People who are
getting a little cabin fever.
Yeah, who have cabin fever and are not in such a nice place. So we want to keep things as smooth as we can because it is scary. All right. Let's see. What's the AT&T one called? It's called Togo, Togo, and you can't get it. I mean, well, you can, but they charge you a ridiculous amount of money. So it's not good. Watching our president's coronavirus briefing, yeah, we turned it on, and we try and catch that every day. And somebody says, watch Westworld if you like sci-fi. We watch some of those, and The Crown is excellent. It's another one like your Downton Abbey. Paul Goodwin says, we are supposed to be in Yosemite instead of raking leaves in New Hampshire. Yeah, but you haven't canceled it, Paul. You've just postponed it. So that's, I think,
got 90% of the gardening done.
Yeah. Joe
Carolina
says the movie Chernobyl on Amazon Prime. He gives it a 9.75 out of 10.
We should be writing this down.
Yeah, well, it is.
In case we're, on the sheet that we take in the other room.
Quartzside doing trail maintenance. Nearest neighbor's 200 yards away in the fun. We love Quartzside. We never thought we'd like Quartzside. We finally went. If you're regular followers, you know we were out there in February. And had hoped to visit it again next month before it gets really, really, really hot. But, something came up for all of us, right? We've been playing cards, dice, and board games more. It's bringing my family back together. Feels like we're getting our lives back. I have heard that from a lot of people. We've all been rushing, and this is indeed slowing us down. Michelle says, it's a bit scary. I'm in healthcare. I know the science, but it's hard not to get anxious, especially with seeing the grocery shelves empty. We're seeing, at least down here in Florida, there's spot shortages, but most of everything you need is there, I think, right?
I asked a friend back in Michigan about how the grocery stores were, and she said that everything except toilet paper and wipes, like
in
the
Michigan?
Clorox wipes.
Yeah.
She said the stores, and I mean, this is metropolitan Detroit. She said everything was good.
Yeah. Tammy, hi, Mike and Jen from Gould City, Michigan. Stay warm, get lots of your vitamin D. We're doing that. I stay in Florida, Michigan, and we'll get 1 to 3 inches Wednesday. I'd stay in Florida too. That sounds no fun to me.
You got to not mention the snow business. Bo's right behind us.
Yeah. Ray says it's great family time. It is. And Ray, that's the way we got to look at it. Hey, a super chat from Michael, $4.99. Thank you, Michael. All shut down here in Connecticut. Stay safe and well. Praying for you and all affected. Keep smiling. We will see better days. And Michael, that's the only way to get through this, right? I agree with you so well. That was awesome. Let's see. Question. Do you have your eye on a new Class B or B plus? Well, not right now. I'd like to, I'm always thinking about what we could get next and how we would like to do some other things. But right now, our eye is on trying to figure out what we're going to do this week and how I can get my wife some exercise and save my head. She's not that crabby. You really never are really that crabby, or do you just hide it?
I try to hide it.
Okay.
I get a little frustrated.
Yeah.
I'm addicted to working out.
Well,
I am.
That's a pretty good addiction, actually. Trying to make their best of it, says Rhonda. Boys' jobs both closed, so I don't know what's going to happen here. That's so scary. So many people lost their work. Anne says, Chris Brown, to watch Doyle's Road. It's a British TV series set in World War II. Also, Doc Martin, British TV series. Thank you for those recommendations. Foyle's War, not Doyle's. Okay, got it. Kate says, Okaloosa allows our dogs on the beach, and it's small and quaint there. Correct? No, that is not correct.
The dog park.
Okaloosa County does not allow any dogs on the beach. So don't think I've been looking at your island for a few years now, and Little Gasparilla Island. I'm in Fort Myers. Dogs are not allowed on the beach. There is a dog park in Fort Walton Beach that we take Bo to most mornings, and they have a very small dog park. It's really actually on the Sound, on the Santa Rosa Sound, but we watched the Dolphins this morning there as Bo played. But dogs are not allowed on the beach, and in adjacent Walton County, where Destin is, only residents with permits, full-time permanent residents can have dogs. So guests are not allowed, which is a shame, right? Watching from Swanee, Georgia, we really enjoy your videos. Thanks for the upbeat and positive commentary on life these days. Thank you, Brenda. There's no other way to look at it, right? Chris, I'm in Northeast Florida. I've done jobs in the house and garden. I'm not going to any stores. It's crazy out there. It is. It's pretty good so far.
I don't know if I should tell people.
What?
Do my confession. About Home Depot.
Oh, we had to go to Home Depot for something.
And the bag, you know how bags won't open? And I went, ow, I'm going to die. I just licked my finger. I never do that. Couldn't believe I did that.
Yeah.
These days you go, ah.
Yeah, Home Depot I think is still open. I think Walmart's and most grocery stores they close earlier and they're not open as much, but it's good. Where do you hang your used bath towels and dirty clothes? I'm
the bathroom.
I'm assuming you mean in the RV.
In the RV. In the bathroom. I suggested to several manufacturers.
This has been going back for years now.
That they put in, that at the Hiltons, they used to have that retractable clothesline above the tubs when you'd stay at a Hilton many, many years ago. Well, I'm happy to say a big approval to leisure travel vans because I mentioned it to Mike and he put it in.
Mike Elias,
Mike
the
Elias,
marketing guy from Legion.
yeah, the CEO. I like those retractable. Or in their wonder, they had a nice heavy bar in there that I was really impressed with, that you could hang wet things on. When we bought our first used RV, they had a rope hooked up all the way across from one side to the other to put your wet towels and things. And naturally, when you're driving, because that was when you needed the windows in the back you could look through, you had to take that down. And I didn't like having all of our towels, all of our laundry, across the RV.
So
The
we
back,
we
but
hang
in the
out-
bathroom.
We have a wet shower area in our leisure travel vans, and so that's where that little retractable clothesline is. And there's also
And if you watch some
we
of-
put command strips hooks on there too, so we can keep them there.
And Dean called it dental floss in one of his videos.
Yeah, that retractable thing. So that's where we have that. What made you decide on a Class B over a C? Well, actually, it's the other way around. We have what they call a B plus. It's technically a C, and we left a B. That's all we had before for most of the 7 of the 8 years we've been doing this now, and we've only been in a Class C. They call it a B plus because it's a little.
They don't have the bed.
It's technically
over,
a C,
over
yeah.
the cab in the front.
So we've had that, and the big factor for us was a little bit more room. We really like the extra room. There's Janet Matthews. She said she's enjoying the conversation. Janet,
We miss you.
we do. We were talking at this gathering we spoke at today, and we were advising other people when you start doing content creation like this, our loyalty is to you guys. You are like family. It really is like family, and we love doing these Sunday night things, and we've added that Friday night virtual campfire, which we'll try and do. So that's good. So it's good. Okay, there's Michelle. She had politically correctness. What? She said she was talking about our advice. It's good to be politically correct for RVers, to be cautious about traveling out too much and flaunting our travels. That's what we do, even though we're sharing it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Michelle.
Okay.
Yeah,
We thought we probably said something.
I probably said
that
I saw.
wasn't allowed to be said these days because I realized I couldn't say anymore that every now and
then we say stuff that
I
isn't
say something,
politically
"Oops."
correct. So thanks. But yeah, and that's my advice. Just don't flaunt traveling. And we debated whether we would do any more videos during this about travel, because we don't want to encourage people to be traveling everywhere. And I asked that on our Friday night thing, and everybody said, "Oh no, keep doing them." So we are doing them, and we frame them, and in our social media, when we show some of the videos and promote some of their stories, we say, for your future plans, or when you get back on the road, consider this. And I'm really happy with that message, because we are going to be doing this again, and that's pretty good. So that's great. Let's go through. Did you get everything you need, especially dog food? Yeah.
Well,
I think.
far we can buy whatever we need, except toilet paper and like Clorox wipes. And when we go to the store, everything's there.
Now, our son Jeff sent us a care package the other day, and it had hand sanitizer. We got lots of hand sanitizer, and we got lots of wipes. So that was great.
What we need to buy are the gloves.
Yeah, we need
for
gloves.
like the gas pump. Just a reminder.
That's what everybody says, that when you get gas, because this stuff apparently can live on hard surfaces, use gloves or somehow isolate it from the gas pump handle and the buttons you push. So we're looking to pick up some of those disposable gloves. I don't know if they're still widely available or not.
Because it's hard to remember to take the wipe and,
Now, we use diesel, and a lot of the stations, they have diesel mitts there for people. And,
yeah.
But if not, we'll just take a paper towel or something and use it. Hey, Greg has another movie recommendation, The Mandalorian on Disney. I watched a couple of those. That's kind of like Baby E.T.'s Rescue. Not E.T. Baby, what's his name? Who's the wise Yoda? Baby Yoda. Sharon, we could not get hot dogs or hamburger. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
We've seen chicken has been hard to buy during the past week.
I mean, my joke was those chickens running around free in Key West, better look out because they're protected, but no chickens.
Watch the movie Molly's Game, based on a true story. All
that
right,
sounds
Bill,
good.
we will look that up. Chris says, my son is a meat manager for Publix supermarket. He's an in-demand guy right now. The shelves are bare every day. The supply truck comes in, everything is gone within an hour, and people are lining up. Well, I want to dispute that. Maybe at that
Maybe
store,
what stores? I
but
wonder what
at the
state.
Publix down here, they open at 8. People are lined up. We have a friend who works there from the dog park. We have a friend there at the dog park who works there, and he says by 7:30, there's usually 25, 30 people in line waiting for it to open. They do have toilet paper every day, and they snatch that up, and chicken is sometimes gone, but we have not had any problem finding meat or any of the essentials anywhere. And we've also gone the other big supermarket chain down here. People who've never been down south laugh at this, but it's Piggly Wiggly. I think it's we're going to Piggly Wiggly, and they even had toilet paper in the afternoon the other day. So
And,
the supplies are getting there. It's just that people are still buying way more. I saw a thing that our son Jeff posted on social media. This couple was irate because they were not allowed to buy 273 12-packs of Mountain Dew. Come on. So
They have any teeth?
no, they look like they've consumed a lot of Mountain Dew. Let me just say that. What's your all-time favorite place to camp? Oh man. Every time you ask that, we probably come up with a
Yeah.
different one because we like so
Yeah.
many. But what do you think?
I like wherever there's peace and quiet and beauty. I mean, Custer, Glacier.
Custer State Park
Yeah.
in South Dakota.
Yeah.
Glacier National Park in Montana.
I
I think
like our winter camp out up at Tequamatum Falls in the
Tequamatum
snow.
Falls?
That's just like my favorite. Every year you say you're not going to do it again.
And I'm thinking right
I
now
like it.
of those U.S. Federal U.S. Forest Service right outside of the north entrance of Yellowstone in Montana, past Silver City. Silver City. Those are just gorgeous places. So, there's just so many places. I can't think of them.
Wherever
And
the
we can't wait to
sky,
get back
wherever
out
the
there.
sky is dark and you can see the stars
At night, yeah.
at night, that's always really special. And are we ever going to get to Alaska?
It's going to take me 3-4 months, so that'd be the only thing we do. But I would do it if you would agree next year to do it. But Anna, now I know what house arrest feels like, minus the ankle monitor. Well, at least we got movie and the internet, right?
Boy, they take away the internet. If something happened to the internet, I hate to think.
Yeah.
We really have to learn how to play board games.
As a friend told me 2 dogs tested positive. Hope it's not true. Don't believe everything you read on the internet. It might
thought
be
they
true,
weren't.
but I'm not seeing a lot of widespread recommendations or warnings about that from real professionals. It's always a friend said or I read on the internet. And so whenever I hear that as a journalist, I disregard it. I mean, if I hear 25 people say it, I might bother to look it up and see if it's true, but disregard somebody saying a friend said or I read on the internet. And I don't know. I've heard a dog died of it. No proof of that I can see. I don't know. And I think that if it was a serious problem, that would be very well publicized. And because it is not very well publicized, that tells me that is not a serious problem. Does that make sense? And if don't jump in and say it's true because you read it. Don't say it's true unless you're a vet and you know for sure, and you can give us proof of it that it's a widespread problem. Because we don't want to spread rumors. That's the thing that drives me nuts. And same with
And we
all
don't
these
wanna scare
crazy
people.
conspiracy. We don't want to scare people and all that. I know dogs can get sick from human stuff, but I don't know how serious this is. I will try and research it because
It
I've
would
had a
be.
couple of questions about it. But please don't pass on hearsay unless we know it's true. But it's okay to ask the question. I mean, I'm not accusing you of anything that posted that. That's good. If you did not know, most states are airing daily public broadcasts with updates from governors and other leadership roles. Thank you, Chris. Yep, that's true. Always listen to them if you can. And Chris suggests we could watch Game of Thrones and get disappointed by the ending all over again. I remember the ending. I'm not going to do that again. Let's go. Yeah, Cindy says we can use the plastic grocery or dog poop bag to hold the gas pump.
Right.
We got to kick. Yep.
Yeah. Thank you,
just,
Cindy.
Just be aware of it.
Yeah, that's probably better. I think better than a paper towel.
I wipe it with wipes. Even wipe my credit card after swiping.
Good idea.
Never thought of that. My luck, I'd wreck my credit card. That's great. Debbie Jones likes The Stranger on Netflix English. Hey, that was the only time I just heard your talk. Cough.
Okay. Give me another couple hours.
Yeah, Jennifer didn't do a whole lot of talking on our speech today before this group, or our talk before this group, because she's been coughing for the last 2 or 3 days, and I was really worried that she was not going to be able to say much tonight because she coughs, particularly later at night. And, she coughs and we all go, oh no. But we think it's allergies, right? Because she doesn't have any of the other symptoms.
Right.
Yep. That's great. All right, winding down here. Wow, times go fast. Dogs have been vaccinated for corona for many years now. It's not the same strain. See, Joe, I'm just using that as an example. You're probably correct, but I mean, all I know is a guy named Joe said that. Follow me? So just be careful. You're probably absolutely correct, Joe. But I'm just using this as examples to all of us on the internet when we pass on information. So we can say, hey, Joe says, but who's Joe? I don't know, let's...
somebody's saying you're correct, Joe.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
We don't know.
Well, Joe and Christine say that. That must make it true. It probably is.
It probably is.
I'm being too flippant here, and I don't mean... I appreciate both of you guys. All right. I think we are about done. I've hit most of the questions. Guys, we will get through this. It's been a joy to be with you. It's getting warm in most of the country. Our leaders tell us, we're on day 7. We got another 8 days to go, and we'll see where we are at that 15 days to kind of limit everything. Probably we'll have to extend that. This is not likely to end, in the next week, but let's hope and pray that we get a grip on this, that everything comes as our leaders are trying to do. Let's avoid bickering and arguing. I'm talking to the choir here because you guys are doing that already. You're great. But encourage somebody. If you have a senior in your neighborhood, give them a call. Ask if you can help.
I have to share our daughter-in-law, Amy. She has a grandma that's in a home, and, you can't go visit grandma. And so what they do, her sister and her mom and the grandkids, they stand outside the window and they get their cell phones and they talk and they communicate that way. And I think that's a wonderful thing to do. I'm sure people who have loved ones in nursing homes are already doing things like that so that person isn't isolated.
Well, Joe is an expert because Michael Thompson says the American Kennel Club. Now we got somebody that we can go to for a source, and I will go look it up and see what they say about it. And that's great. So thanks, Joe. Thanks, Christine. Thank you, Michael. That's three.
Good.
3 sources. That's usually enough for us as a journalist, but we'll check out the Kennel Court. So thank you. You guys are great. We love you very much, and stay in touch with us, Mike and Jen at rvlifestyle.com, and we'll let you know. We have our podcast coming up on Wednesday, and on Friday we've been doing these virtual campfires since we're all cooped up on the weekend. So come and join us. Again, if you haven't figured that out, subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon so you'll be notified when we have new videos out. Our Facebook group, we've been scrolling that all evening. That's a great place to go for questions and comments and help and just that sense of community. And that's what we love about this RV lifestyle, is a sense of community. So God bless you all, and we'll see you guys down the road.
Happy trails.
Bye-bye.